Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
Is it possible to know what someone else is thinking? Is it possible to know what another person is intending to do? You might be saying, well, no, we can't know what a person is thinking. I would contend it is possible. But it's only possible if that other person tells us. One of the mistakes that we make in relationships is oftentimes we imagine that we know what they're thinking before they ever tell us. Welcome to this, your Daily 180 Bible study. This week we're talking about relationship maintenance. Yesterday's lesson and today's lesson go together. Yesterday we talked about treating people fair. Along that line, we want to talk today about the idea of doing away with evil suspicions. We want to talk about the idea that we don't want to treat people with partiality. You see, oftentimes what happens is we think we know what a person's doing. We think we know why a person has done a particular thing. Someone might say, well, you know why they did that. And we need to stop and we need to ask the question, well, did they tell us why they did it? Well, no one has to tell you why they did it. Be very careful. You can judge actions, but we really can't judge a person's thoughts. We can't judge their motives unless they tell us what their thoughts and motives are. In Proverbs chapter 18 and verse number 17, listen closely. Here the wise man says, the first one to plead his cause seems right until his neighbor comes and examines him. You see, someone might say, well, let me tell you what Fred did over here. And we come up with all types of evil ideas about it, but we really don't know the whole story. And we need to be fair about that. And we don't need to show partiality to one person over another person. Over in James chapter 2, there James talks about the sin of being engaged in partiality. In James chapter 2, he says, my brethren, do not hold the faith of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Lord of glory, with partiality. For if there should come into your assembly a man with gold rings and fine apparel, and there should also come in a poor man in filthy clothes, and you pay attention to the one wearing the fine clothes, and say to him, you sit here in a good place, and say to the poor man, you stand there, or sit here at my footstool. Listen to verse 4. Have you not shown partiality among yourselves, and become judges with evil thoughts? You see, when we start making up our mind, well, I know what kind of person that is. Really? Really? Do we know that much about another person? Do we know what's going on inside their head? Not unless they tell us. We need to be fair with people. We need not show partiality. Join us again tomorrow.